So things are getting even more out of hand when it comes to Xbox. They've been nothing but a letdown for years and years, and this is coming from an Xbox player. The last PlayStation console I owned was a PS2, and I've had the Xbox 360, the Xbox One, and now I have the Series X. So this is not coming from a fanboy of another platform. This is coming from someone that has primarily played Xbox for around 15 years or so. And I'm only going to date it back to when the Series X was announced for release, and how instead of getting games like Forza Motorsport, Fable, State of Decay 3 and things like that, even Halo Infinite, and instead we got Watch Dogs Legion as a launch title for the console. We still to this day don't have a new Fable, we do not have a State of Decay 3, Forza Motorsport was progressively broken, like basically there was a lot of bugs that stopped you making progress, some actually reverting some of your progress, and then we had Halo Infinite that took almost a year to get the co-op campaign and Forge implemented into the game. But then out of nowhere, Hi-Fi Rush drops, and a lot of people were really excited. It's a good game, and it's a first-party title. We also have some absolute shockers. We get things like Redfall, and the list goes on. There's every now and then an up for Xbox, but most of the time it's a massive L that they take. There's just nothing positive, like it's pretty much all negative to come from the Xbox brand. And then they go and they make these stupid purchases. They spend years trying to fight for Activision Blizzard. They also buy Bethesda. They want to get the big dogs involved in their brand. And then along comes this day, and they have Bethesda by their side. They have Activision Blizzard, King, whatever you want to call it. And now all of a sudden, they are shutting down studios, including the studio that worked on Hi-Fi Rush, which was a really, really good game that picked up a lot of positive traction. So the main studios that I found they are closing are Arcane Austin, Alpha Dog Studios, and Tango Gameworks. Tango Gameworks worked on The Evil Within, and they also worked on Hi-Fi Rush. When it comes to Alpha Dog Studios, they were known for Monstrosity and Wraithborn, and Arcane Austin, they worked on Redfall. But not only that, they have a team called Roundhouse Games or Roundhouse Studios, and they are going to be shifting the team there to work on the Elder Scrolls Online. Then to put the final nail in the coffin, the head of Xbox Game Studios told employees at the studios that are closing down that the cuts were a result of reprioritization of titles and resources. So I think something that plays into the closing of the studios is the success of the Fallout TV series. I believe the numbers are crazy for that show, so I also think that they have shifted a lot of resources over to the development of a future Fallout game. And after the launch of Fallout 76, it's 50-50 whether that's a good choice or not. And if they're closing down studios to move focus over to games like that, they are risking getting another L, a big one as well. But the thing that pissed me off the most with this, because there's cuts and layoffs and everything within the industry all the time, and no, I'm definitely not saying that those cuts and layoffs should happen. A lot of people lose their jobs. But the thing that did my head in the most was Redfall, because they have closed down development. And when that game launched, granted it would have been played mostly through Xbox Game Pass because it was a part of the subscription service. When they launched it, they had a big edition of the game. I think it was £100 for the bite back edition of the game. And that came with something called a Hero Pass, which should have released DLC, new characters to play as, or some shit like that. And yeah, that's not going to be going ahead now. Obviously, because the studio is no more, they can't work on development of it. So people have paid money and they have not received the product. So what has Bethesda gone and done? They have opened up this credit program. And at first they put out a statement. They said, today it was announced that Arcane Austin will close and development will not continue on Redfall. To everyone that has supported the work from our Austin studio over the years, thank you. Thank you for spending time in our worlds and making them your own. I mean, you couldn't even call Redfall a world, it was so empty. But they carry on to say Arcane Leon will continue their focus on immersive experiences where they are hard at work on their upcoming project. Redfall players who purchase the Hero Pass as part of the Premium Biteback Edition or the Premium Biteback Upgrade will be eligible to receive the value of the upgrade. While there will be no further updates, Redfall servers will remain online for players to enjoy. And then you go over to Bethesda support, you have the credit program, and it says we are working to finalize details for the Redfall credit program. program. This article will be updated as new information becomes available shortly. So you don't even get instant access to what they say is the value of the upgrade, and there's no guarantee as to what you're actually going to get. So if you've supported the developers, if you've supported Xbox or whatever, and you've purchased the biggest edition of the game, and you've been let down by it because you haven't received the DLC that you fucking paid for, you now have to enter a program where there is no guarantee that you'll even be accepted into it or something like that. And not only that, they are deciding what to do with it. They've said they are finalising details. How hard is it to refund the people? Give them the full price back of their purchase for the game because there's no further development and they haven't received what they paid for. People spent £100 on that edition of the game, whether it was one person or 1,000. People spent money to support the companies and buy a game and they have not received what they paid for, and that takes the absolute piss. Because not only that, they could eventually just go and shut down the program and nobody could get anything in return for buying the buyback edition. There could be, this could be some fake program, we never know. I think what they need to do is open up refunds, and anyone that has the buyback edition is eligible for a refund no matter how much time they've played or anything like that, because they have decided to shut down the studio. And what makes this even worse is there's now a lot of articles coming out saying, oh, the developers for Redfall Arcane Austin were working on offline mode for single player that was due to release in May. Well, we're in the middle of May. So it's not just something that these publications have heard, and that's all a lie as well. There's literally nothing you can trust within this stupid company. All Xbox has done for years is take your money and return nothing to you as a customer. And we're now almost 4 years into the cycle of the next-gen consoles, and still we're getting barely anything that's actually quote-unquote next-gen. One of their key selling points for the console was play your games in high resolutions and at 60 FPS. And then they go and release a bunch of games at 30 FPS. Within the last few years, Xbox has been nothing but a disgrace of a company. Their players got neglected for years over a deal that they wanted to secure to get a company that sells nothing but regurgitated shit every year. And I'm sick and tired of it. I used to play my Xbox every single day, but for the last year or so, I've shifted over to PC because I just can't be bothered with it. I think the only time I ever actually launch my Xbox up now is when there's a game coming out that my PC won't be able to smoothly run. Other than that, I've switched because it's just a waste of time. There's nothing to do on the Xbox. We have nothing as Xbox players. And we don't even get first-party titles anymore because they just shift games like Sea of Thieves over to PlayStation as well. And yeah, I probably sound a little bit salty, a little bit pissed off, but I am. I am annoyed that I've supported a company for 15 years and all they're going to do is just throw shit in my face. Lots of games they release are a mess at launch, take years to fix, and then some of them get closed down during the post-launch development, which should have actually been pre-launch development. They should have actually finished developing the fucking game. And there's absolutely nothing that stands out for the Xbox brand. They're just taking people's jobs, they're saving themselves money, they're shifting over to something they want to focus on, which is inevitably going to be a mess. And I can't be bothered to carry this video on. I'm just getting more and more annoyed as we make progress in this video. As we continue with it, I'm getting more and more frustrated. I'm slurring my words. I'm becoming a mess. But yeah, Xbox is a complete joke. There's no different way to word it. They are such a poor company, and they have been for years now. You even had Phil Spencer just sat there in interviews saying, yeah, we lost the console war, we lost to Sony. Where's your fight? Fight for your brand. Don't just say, oh, we give up. There's nothing we can do to compete. The whole point of competition is that you try. But yeah, I'm done with the video. Xbox is a joke. Loads of studios are closing down. People are losing their jobs. Games are no longer being developed as should be. People are being ripped off, buying big editions of games to not actually receive the content they are paying for. And let me know your thoughts and stuff about this situation in the comments. I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.